enjoy here all kinds of love and affection here in Krishna. Then what is the need going there and knowing people? What is the meaning of people? Divine beautiful couple, Shri Shri Radha Govinda. How you can tell that they are pretty more better than our pretty? Is worthy. Our love is more better than him. How is it to give up and there? What is it?
Our love is entangled.
Beautiful lady, beautiful man, husband and wife, children so beautiful, everything here, what is right.
It is a reflection of the true loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. There is no purity. If I knew personally what is in this material world, I'm going to death. And it's not it.
Here, talking of all things, and John, and we.
Paul, I offer my respectful obeisances under the lotus feet of Shri Guru Maharaj and offer my proper respects unto all the Vaishnavas who assembled here.
Also should know that it is noted. Wouldn't tell it. Really? Prabhu. And so, Narottam Thakur Mahaprabhu said, Krishna is telling also, Hey Jagat Guru. So he is telling, and we are eating, and he is eating.
So in this particular song, Srila Narottam Das Thakur is very nicely explaining so many things. But first of all, we should understand that he is not making any show or display. He is offering his heartfelt prayers at the lotus feet of Sri Gaura Hari, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, and then Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and thereby to all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In so many songs, he has expressed his wonderful deep feelings, what he wants, why he wants, what is stopping him, and only by the mercy of Sri Gaurachandra or Sri Nityananda Prabhu that it is possible that we can attain the goal of our life. And what is the goal of our life? The goal of our life, whether we know or not, is simply to become happy, peaceful, and eternally satisfied. How can that be achieved? That can only be achieved when we sit down peacefully and dive deep into our heart and try to cultivate that wonderful propensity of love which God has given to us. And when we do that, and we do that with pure motives, then we will see by itself, by the arrangement of the Almighty Lord, Krishna, what will happen? will be suddenly surrounded with wonderful devotees who have such a nice loving relationship with Krishna, with Srimati Radhika, with Sri Gaurachand. And then by their mercy we will see that our lives will also become happy. Sri Narottam Das Thakur is saying that Vishaya Chariya Kabe Shuddha Have Man Kabe Ham Herabo Sri Vrindavan. I want to see that wonderful transcendental abode of Vrindavan, where the eternal pastimes between Radha and Krishna are going on, which are full of bliss. There is no defect in that relationship. There is no cheating propensity. And in this material world, what is the basic problem with everything which we encounter? The main problem is cheating. People cheat themselves and then they cheat others. And we do that since our birth. So we get conditioned to do that. First of all, we cheat ourselves by identifying ourselves with this material body. The basic misconception about the reality of life. What? That we think that we are this body, and then all other further designations, they superimpose themselves on us, and then we really forget ourselves. We start considering ourselves as females or males of certain country, certain caste, educated, illiterate, expert, not skillful, diseased, happy, healthy, wealthy, poor, so many different situations of this material world then torment us with so much painful conditions. So, Sri Narottam Das Thakur is saying that when my mind will become pure of all these mundane sense gratifying propensities, then only there is possibility that I can have any chance to have glimpse of the transcendental abode. Why? Why he's saying like that? Why he's focusing his prayers particularly for the mind? Because mind is the basic instrument of our entanglement and our liberation in this material world. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita the same very point, that for those whose mind is friend, what happens? They become liberated from the cycle of birth and death. They really know themselves and they attain the goal of life. But for one whose mind is not controlled, what happens? He is simply dictated 24 hours throughout his life with false dictations of his mind. One after another, the mind runs after the sense pleasure and then hopes that now this arrangement will make me happy. This arrangement will bring me all the satisfaction. This arrangement will make me perfect. Everyone has the desire. They want to become perfect. But getting the dictation of uncontrolled mind and following that will never make us really perfect or happy in our lives. So, how can we control our mind? If it was something we could do ourselves, then there was no need for Srila Narottam Das Thakur to pray to Nityananda Prabhu or to pray to Gaurachandra Prabhu. No, we really cannot control our mind ourselves. Why? Because it's so turbulent and it's so powerful. And the impressions from so many lifetimes that we have been in this material world, they are so much deep pressed that they cannot just go away like this. Unless one receives the mercy of the pure devotee, of a person whose heart is completely filled with pure love, there is no way that our mind can really be controlled. So that's why Srila Narottam Das Thakur is saying, O Nityananda Prabhu, please be merciful, that only by your mercy, by the mercy of your lotus feet, my mind can really be purified from all this contamination of the modes of material nature. And I can start understanding that, oh, actually, this is a world of dream. In reality, all the gain or loss which I get, all the disrespect or honor which I get in this material world, is really has no value at all. It's simply a distraction. If someone likes me, someone gives me love, someone gives me respect, someone gives me money, I become very happy and I become very friendly with that person. But truly speaking, if that person is not in any way giving us guidance or inspiration to really seek spiritual life, then it is a simply cheating relationship. And then a person who is not respecting me and who is not being loyal to me, in material terms, I become annoyed with that person. So, this happiness and distress always throughout our life keeps flipping from one end to another end, one end to another end. And the mind always keeps us engaged how to get rid of this situation and how to be comfortable in another different situation. And when we try to make serious endeavor in spiritual life, still this mind doesn't leave us. And it continues to bother us because the deep impressions from all those past lifetimes will not go easily. They will take a time. So, if we make a regulated schedule, if we take the process seriously and we apply it systematically in our life, consistently, then what will happen? Then gradually, by the association of devotees, by hearing Harikatha, by making serious inquiry into the scriptures, trying to know the root cause of our entanglement, that why we got into this situation, the reason is that we forgot Krishna. So, if at every point in my life I make myself, my all arrangements in such a way that I can keep remembering Krishna and I can keep remembering his devotees and I can keep remembering about his devotional service and my true eternal nature, which is simply to be his unalloyed, simple devotee. That's what my life is. If we can make ourselves in such routine, then gradually, by the power of pure devotional service, by the power of the association of pure devotees of the Lord, gradually this mind will become pure. And then we'll be able to remember Krishna, think about his pastimes, and then what will happen? We'll be able to see the transcendental mode of Sri Vrindavan, where the eternal pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna is going on. And Sri Narottam Das Thakur is praying for that. He's actually telling us the way, the secret. That's what we should be doing to make serious advancement in our spiritual life. Hare Krishna.
Have you heard what we told? What is the purpose? What we told?
I think
I don't have the words.
Yes.
The point is, we are a soul, and not a body. I feel very, very shy at this moment. Very easily function.
That our mind can be our worst enemy, but when we dovetail our thought processes with the service of the Lord, then our mind can be our friend. If we can control our mind and serve Krishna, use the ability of the mind, senses, in Krishna's service, then we can make some advances, and finally we can achieve the desired goal in life, which is to be the master of the mind and not the servant. What is to remind you
anyhow you have come in touch of good association. So you should not leave it. Never, don't leave it. Try to advance day by day. Like plants. No? If water is there, air is there, then this plant daily something, and it will be perfect. So I have come only to remind you that really you are not from this world. You are in jail. Really in jail. Binded by so many desires. You cannot untie your all these things. So, I have come to remind you that you are, by your transcendental constitutional form, you are servant of Krishna, eternal servant of Krishna. Anyhow, you have unluckily come to this world. You know that whole time has been divided into four. Divided into four. What? Satyayug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug and Kali Yug. This is Kali Yug, like Iron Age, quarreling age. Why it has been called Satyayug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug and Kali Yug? Especially Yuga. What is the use of calling Yuga? Yug means two. What is two? Dharma and adharma. What is dharma? Yeah. Religion and Israel. Good and bad. By which we can be happy forever. It is dharma, religion, which shapes us some worldly objects, and we can be happy by accepting her, by following her. And adharma opposite. In Kali Yuga, so much adharma. What adharma? What is that? So much intoxication, sense gratification, cheating others, lying, speaking lies, gambling. Even our government gambles. No mercy, merciless. So we see all kinds of acts is in this identity. So in all Yug, in four, the two will be there, dharma, adharma. So this is Yug. Beginning from Kali, we see that in Kali Yuga, the two are there, dharma and adharma. But adharma is very powerful. And gradually, we see also that in Satyayug, dharma, adharma, but dharma is powerful and adharma is very weak. Understand what I am going to tell. And gradually from Satyayug, dharma will be weak, weaker and weakest. Weakest. And if we count from Kali Yuga, in Kali Yuga, adharma is highest, and Dwapar some less, and then Treta more less, and then Satyayuga more. Very nominally. What I am going to tell? What I am telling? You should tell.
Srila Gurudev is telling that in those four different eras, which we call Yuga, there is always two things, religion and irreligion. And according to the progress of the Yuga, first Yuga is Satya Yuga, second Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Kali Yuga last. Now we are in last Yuga of this cyclus of four Yugas. This will repeat itself all the time, these four cycles. So in the first Yuga, Satya Yuga, religion is prominent, and irreligion is very little, hardly it is there. In this 1/4, yeah. So as we progress, second, third, fourth Yuga, Kali Yuga, hardly any religion is there, and irreligion is so much prominent, which manifests itself by so many kinds of sense gratification, which we are entangled in, so many different kinds of philosophies, which in the name of religion only promote sense gratification and mental speculation. So in this unfortunate age, religion is very difficult to discover. At the same time, I don't want to, but Gurudev asked me what he will tell. We will see how one can still become most fortunate in this Kali Yuga. We will hear this from Srila Gurudev.
We are coming from the first creation. No more use time. It may be that at that time we were some insects, some worm, some grasses here and there, so many things. And gradually we have come up to this position. So if we will lose this good opportunity where Guru is good, qualified, and association is good, coming to some point, and very good body, not so much diseases, very beautiful, very strong, and even Krishna has given all these things, even you have, and not advantage of all these things, situation, then you are foolish, you are so much unfortunate. Even it is called that person is like self-killer. So we must be strong, especially from boyhood. We should try to realize all these things and to be associated in good association. Like Prahlad, the age of 5, towards the age of 5, we see so many. If you are not beginning from boyhood, then if you are mature, after 50, 60 you cannot. Very hard. Very hard. So we should try from beginning to chant and to remember Krishna. In Kali Yuga, we see that so many सूख के चीजें चाहे वो सब सहज ही प्राप्त हो जाए. Very easy. Here and there. Oh. All involved in lust and sense gratification. Easily we can collect everything in this world. So, some persons, they think that by enjoying, we will be, in the last we will be satisfied, and thus we will give up and self-enjoyment, and then we will chant Hari name. Again, we had a idea that there is a cow or any animal who is grazing in a very green park or anywhere. We think that when, let us not disturb her, that animal. Oh, by grazing, by taking, eating, when he will be fully satisfied, then he will go away. Understand? But this is not a fact. Next day when he will be hungry, again he will come. And daily he will come. He will not be satisfied. There is a fire. And if you are giving some fuel, also some oil, and a thing which burns very easily, like ghee, then for 100 and 1,000 years, it will not be stopped. Fire will not be satisfied. Always increasing. So lust and all worldly desires and sense gratification. If you are going in lust for whole world, new pairs, wife and husband, or anyone, so many boyfriend and girlfriend, not only 1 year, 2 years, whole life, and after life of life, it will increase. You can see. There is a story in Srimad Bhagavatam. Madhav Maharaj will speak about that briefly. You should hear and realize.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhascha Kripasindubhaivacha Patitanang Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. First of all, I pay my humble obeisances on the lotus feet to my Gurudev. After that, I pay my obeisances to all Vaishnavas who assembled here to hear Hari Katha. Srila Gurudev ordered me to discuss about Bhagavatam's Upakhan, where it is mentioned that only by enjoying we could not be happy. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sukadeva Goswami has narrated one story. It is not only story, it is a practical fact. In ancient time, there was a king named Yayati. He got married with daughter of Sukraja.